We went from having an amazing life in Iran and then coming to Australia, we really struggled. I used to really cry all the time saying, why is life so hard? What my parents did, I'm gonna fucking cry. We had nothing, we were very poor. I am Sam Bashiry, CEO of Broadband Solutions.
Sam Bashiry, entrepreneur, philanthropist, mentor, and motivational speaker.
You still got 6 cars.
I love cars.
Are you gonna start selling them one by one?
You can lose everything, but if you're a good person, you work hard, you can do well. You can do all right. You just gotta focus and be a good human being in life.
I feel like in a way Australia is sometimes an anti-capitalistic country.
All the taxes you pay, For example, you have a luxury car tax, then you have payroll tax, so you actually get penalised for hiring more people, which makes no sense to me at all.
Sam Bashiry has built one of Australia's largest and most reliable IP networks.
What am I doing? I don't know. This guy is gonna fucking kidnap me or something. I'm not gonna read the light, say it, Live life, man. Live life to the fullest. Enjoy it to the fullest, because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You really don't.
So without further ado, I'm Radin Jerome. Wherever you are in your life or wherever you're going, whether financially, spiritually, or for your health, I hope you're on your way. Now let's get into it.
Sam Bashiry.
Hey man, how are you?
What's going on, my brother?
Not much.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's nice to have Australia, more Australians in Dubai.
It is, isn't it?
Is this your first time in Dubai?
Second time. I came here probably 5-6 years ago with my dad.
Yeah.
So spent a couple of weeks here with him, but second time.
Where does your dad live? In Australia?
Yeah, Melbourne. Yeah. That's
okay.
Right, yeah.
And your mum as well?
Yeah, my mum, my dad, my sister. So yeah.
Are you going to go to Iran?
I would love to go one day. I would absolutely love to go. I haven't been there for 36 years. So yeah, it'll be really nice to go one day.
Why?
I just never got around to it, man. I don't know if it's safe to go. I'm not too sure.
Is it government thing?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't know if, I don't want to go there and get stuck there. But a lot of my friends have been, and they've never had issues.
I was there 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I go there often, twice a year.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's 45 minutes away from Dubai.
Oh, yeah, true that. I see a lot of Persians here.
Yeah.
And I feel like going up to say hello, and that's a bit weird, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I get excited because I don't see many Persians,
How long are you here for?
Just until Thursday mornings.
I want to take you to the best Persian restaurant. You're going to feel like you've gone back to Iran. I go to Iran I can only go twice a year because I'm a soldier.
Okay,
right?
sure.
But the best, I've tried all of them.
Yep.
And the best Persian restaurant that I can compare to Iran is this place called Sib.
Yep.
So before you go,
I will love that, man.
I'd love to take you to dinner.
I will love that. I love Persian food, but the only problem is I don't stop eating when I start
maybe
eating Persian.
Maybe even tonight. It's such a pleasure to have you on. Talk to me. Talk to me. Where's the family right now?
So family, back at home at the moment in Melbourne.
So you're here solo?
Yeah, I'm solo, yeah.
You had a big one last night.
Yeah, I did. I pulled up all right, man.
Yeah,
I was up at 6 a.m. Yeah. I went for my breakfast, I went for a walk, and then got ready.
I woke up in the morning and I saw he was at Oppa.
Yeah, Oppa.
And they were breaking plates and everything, right? And then there was like a bottle, you had a bottle of tequila or something in there. And then I was thinking, I messaged you, what's the first thing I messaged you? How's the head?
How's the head? You gonna pull through or not?
You gonna pull through today? And he said, bro, I've already been to the gym.
Nah, man, I love tequila. I can drink a lot of tequila. It's actually interesting. If I drink a lot of wine or any other drink, I get sick. But if I drink straight tequila, no matter how much I drink, I'll pull up all right the next day.
Well, the thing is, tequila is actually the best alcohol you could have.
It's supposed to be actually not bad for you.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like the best one. But man, like next time you come here, we should probably organize the Iran trip.
I would love that.
Do you have any family there?
I have a lot of family there. A lot of cousins, uncles, aunties.
You need to go.
A lot. You know what? I would love to go because I would love to go and I would love to take my family there because of my wife's Italian. Yeah. So my kids, I got 2 girls that haven't been obviously there. So it was really nice to show them the culture and where we're from.
Yeah. I travel every 8-9 days, right? That's the beauty of living in Dubai.
Yeah.
You treat plane rides like buses, right?
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I'll be doing podcasts and I'll be like, I don't have any podcasts for 3 days. I might just go to Istanbul.
Yeah, why not?
Just jump in there. So everywhere I go in the world, I'm a tourist, except for when I go to Iran. Yep. It's another reality. The people speaking the same language as you, the cultures, you have to experience it.
No, I would love to. I would love to because, like I said, it's been 36 years and it's our culture. It's nice to go home, man, and I love it. So definitely.
You say you got 2 daughters.
2 girls, that's right. Yeah.
They say if God loves a man, He gives him daughters.
Gives him daughters. That's right. I'm very blessed, man, and I'm not one of those blokey blokes. So I don't do a lot of sports, anything. So if I had boys, I think I would struggle with it. So it's nice to have the girls, and they just like. It's a miracle. Having kids, you know, it's a miracle, man. I just love it. I'm very blessed to have them.
So you're at home playing with Barbie dolls and painting nails?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do. Actually, they're both tomboys. You know, they love cars. They love cars,
Okay.
and they love a lot of games. So my eldest one,
Yeah.
she's a full-time programmer almost, man. She's always programming
Wow.
and stuff. Yeah, which I never told her to do.
Okay.
She's picked it up herself. The younger one, she's got a lot of attitude. Totally
Sure,
different.
sass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Good luck to a future husband.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right, man. I feel sorry for her.
You've got a really inspiring story.
Thank you.
Very inspiring
Thank
story. Let's start from the beginning. Give me a nutshell. Like, how old were you when you left Iran?
So I got to Australia back in 1989. I was 10 years old. So we got there illegally.
When you speak to your parents, do you speak Persian or English?
No, Persian.
Persian.
Yeah,
Okay.
Persian.
Okay.
Persian. Yeah, I speak
Because you left at
Persian.
10.
Yeah, I speak
Yeah.
Persian fully. You don't read my writing. It was
Yeah.
terrible, so it won't
Okay.
make any sense. So yeah, look,
You can write?
I can a little bit. Yeah, I can.
You can
a little bit,
read?
Yeah, I can read a little bit too. Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah, because I can read the Arabic signs here. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, I can read.
Okay.
But yeah, 10 years old, came here illegally, did 2 years in detention. So got out around 12 and a half. My mum, myself and my sister, my dad wasn't with us. And then yeah, man, I just, couldn't speak English, didn't know anyone here in Australia, didn't know anyone there. So it was pretty tough. It was pretty, I had to grow up very quickly. Yeah, just went through the motions, then went to school, then to university, It was a bit of a disappointment to my parents because, being Persian, you have to either be a doctor or engineer, otherwise you're a failure.
Yeah.
My sister, she was a pharmacist. She did very well for herself, had their doctorate, masters, everything, PhD, the whole lot.
What happened to you?
I don't know, man. Like, I think I have a short attention span. Like, I honestly, I could never sit somewhere still for a long time. Like, even traveling now, I lose my shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I went to
That was a
school.
joke, by the way. Of course,
No,
you did very well.
No, it's true. Yeah. But, for me, there was a couple of things that happened along my journey that really changed my life. And,
Yeah.
and when I look back now, I'm like, wow, like it could have gone so differently if those couple of things didn't happen, But I think everything happens for a reason, Just you gotta be ready and have the right mindset to take opportunities and do something with it when it presents itself.
Yeah.
And that's what really happened.
We've got very similar background as well. I left Iran when I was 5, went to Australia. I was going to the girls' toilets because I needed to piss.
I did that too.
And they're yelling at me in a different language, and I'm like, what are you saying? I need to piss. I need to get in the toilet. And they're like, no, wait, what?
Believe it or not, that happened to me too. I swear, yeah. Exact same thing in primary school.
Yeah, I mean, in this day and age, probably going to the girls' toilet is not a big deal anymore.
Man,
He can identify as what he wants, leave him alone.
That's true.
But I remember the principal called my dad and said, we want to speak to you about your son. My dad comes into school, goes, what happened? My dad thought I was going to a fight, and they go, take a seat. We think your son is gay. And then they go, what do you mean? He's 6 years old. And she goes, yeah, he kisses boys. And they go, yeah, but on the lips? She goes, no, not on the lips, on the cheeks. He grabs boys and he kisses them on the cheeks.
It's a Persian. Yeah, I can see that happening back then. They would have thought like that. Yeah, that's funny.
So my dad's like, it's a Persian thing. You grew up in Iran, what do you want him to do?
That's funny.
So yeah, man, I mean, I think where I get a lot of my drive from is the trauma of moving from a third world country to Australia, and also seeing my dad bust his balls.
Oh wow.
Even right now, if I make a little I pay my parents a salary.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate.
And I think to myself, if I get a little bit of money and I invest it somewhere, I don't even think about, I could make that money for myself. I think to myself, I could probably double my dad's income there. I can do that for my dad. I can't break that out of my head now. It's just for them.
That's such a nice way of looking at it. I'm very similar to you, man. Like, we went from having an amazing life in Iran. We had a very good life. My dad did a lot. We had a lot. And then coming to Australia, we really struggled. I used to really cry all the time, saying, why is life so hard? Because we had nothing. We were very poor. I used to get picked on at school because I didn't have the right shoes. I had a bicycle, it was a girl's bicycle because it's the cheapest one I could get. I didn't have the right things. I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but it's funny you say that because my dad, similar thing. When he came to Australia, he had a pretty high position. He had a lot of people reporting to him all that, but he started from ground up and he worked hard as a bricklayer and then a painter and he showed me a lot. He showed me that you can lose everything, and as a man, doesn't matter. You got to step up and do what you got to do to protect your family and look after your family. And my mum, it's this day and age is so different. But my mum's staying loyal to my dad. I mean, she was quite young when she came here, and just looking after us and being the mum and the dad, like it's pretty strong stuff. And you know, it teaches you family values, you know, and it teaches you also that you can lose everything, but if you're a good person, you work hard, you know, you can do well, you know, you can do all right, you know, you just gotta focus and be a good human being in life. Yeah. Common sense is not common sense anymore, unfortunately, man. Correct. That's the problem, you know. But we are very lucky that we come from a great culture and we have the parents that have taught us a lot, you know.
And there's so much opportunity in Australia. We're so lucky that our parents went there. It's just, I feel like it's so untapped. I was thinking the other day, everywhere in the world you look at, there's a character when it comes to politics. There's a massive opportunity in Australia for politics, right? Because you've got the Justin Trudeau, boyish good looks in Canada. Everyone knows him, right? You've got the Boris Johnson weirdo with the hair. You got the Trump, right? Every country has got like a main character. But we don't. We have a new prime minister every 3 months.
That's true.
Right? There's such a big opportunity for us to have a character to run the country.
You should come and do it, man.
You should do it.
Me? Nah, I don't think I'll last, man. Like I said, I don't have the attention span. Seeing Parliament for hours, forget about it.
Yeah, but the character's there. The character's there.
Yeah, could be.
You probably do a better job than them, because I'll tell you something. The reason why I see a lot of Aussies moving to Dubai is I feel like, in a way, Australia sometimes, with the legislations and laws, is a very anti-capitalistic country. You know what I mean? The better you do, the more they try to hold you down. Why? They don't realize that the better you do, you should be supported to do better, to support more people, to create more jobs. So that's something where I think Australia is lacking.
It is. It's something, if you're a medium-sized business, it's quite difficult. You know, all the taxes you pay, you know, if you look at it, like for example, we have a luxury car tax. We don't actually make any cars anymore. And we pay luxury car tax. Then we have payroll tax, so we actually get penalised for hiring more people, which makes no sense to me at all. Then we've got FBT, personal tax, this, that, land tax. Land tax has gone up now. And as you said also, you know, we have that tall puppy syndrome, unfortunately, in Australia. You know, if you do well, you have to keep quiet. But then how do you encourage the young people to do well? You know, with me, with my Instagram, I don't sell anything on my Instagram. You know, I make no money from my Instagram, but I get such amazing DMs from young people say, hey man, I look up to you, you know, it pushed me. Like today I had a bad day and I saw one of your stories and it really helped me, you know. And that's so nice to see that. But at the same time, you're like, oh, why am I putting myself out there, you know? There's so much bullshit with it, you know, that you don't want. And, you know, my dad's always telling me, he's like, why are you putting yourself on Instagram? You know, this is no good, you know, you don't want people to know, it's not a good thing. Which, if you really think about it, it's not. But at the same time, it's nice to give back, and if you make a difference in some young person's life, because I know what it feels like. You know, we didn't have mentors growing up. Like I said, I was a dad. My dad wasn't here. You know, it was quite difficult as a young man. You need a role model. You know, and if you don't have that role model, things can go really, really wrong. You know, for me, I had a massive anger problem. You know, because I had a lot inside. So my wife used to call the switch. The switch just used to flick. You know, and like, she used to always, like, you know, argue with me, and I used to say, why are you taking this? So she's like, no, I just don't want anything bad to happen to you. Like, just calm down. So for me, I was very, very blessed to meet her when I was 20 years old. So
20?
Yeah. So we've been together for 26 years, and for me, like, she was my savior. She really changed my life. She calmed me down, and yeah, you know, I was very, very blessed. Very blessed to find her at that time in my life. Otherwise,
you'd be in prison.
Yeah, probably, man. I was a very angry young man. So yeah.
You get into fights?
Yeah, I used to get into a lot of fights. Yeah, growing up and stuff. Yeah, totally changed.
You look like you could fight, though.
I don't know if I can now, but maybe back then. But I don't know about now.
The good thing is you look like, so no one would know. You know what I mean?
It's a beard, man. It's funny.
Yeah, man, look, you know, I started this podcast like 9 months ago, something like that.
Awesome.
And I lived in New York for 1 year before I moved to Dubai. And I get more congratulations from people in New York that I met briefly than I do from friends that I've known for 20 years in Australia. Yeah. I feel like the tall poppy syndrome is really a reflection of self. It's like a mirror. I had the same opportunities that he had. Why couldn't I do it?
So
right?
True.
So Australia is really notorious for that, right?
It really is.
And also, like, if you're doing well and you talk, people don't say well done to him. They go, fuck that guy. And then what does that do? The people in the crowd listening to it don't get successful because this is how they're going to talk. You know what I mean?
So true.
Just play the game. Just do whatever.
How sad is that? It's not original. No. It's not. You know, I think you are you, and there's nobody like you. So it's really nice to be yourself and to be able to be yourself 100%.
Yeah.
That's what makes you special.
Yeah.
You're different to everybody else. Yeah. But unfortunately, a lot of people can't because of all the bullshit around. Yeah. So.
How do you make money?
How do I make more money? So I own an internet company.
Okay.
So I own a telecommunications business. I provide internet to 90% of all the hotels in Australia, so all the Marriott, Hyatt, Hilton. So if you stay in a hotel, use the internet. That's mine. I also created my own phone system in the cloud, which is being certified globally now, and I sell that phone system as well to all the hotels. So that's what I've been doing for the last 18 years. I started the business with $1,000. There was 3 phone calls that really took me on a path to hospitality and doing what I'm doing today.
Sure.
And I also started a medicinal cannabis business the last 12 months. So I built clinics online where we connect patients and doctors together.
Yeah.
I bought my first product in last week from Canada. I'll call it alaf, which means grass in Persian.
I love that.
And believe it or not, I actually didn't know this, but one of the suppliers said, "Oh man, does this mean what it means?" I said, "How do you know? You're not Persian." He goes, "Oh, alaf." I said, "Alaf." He goes, "Oh, that's as lit as fuck." And I did it as lit as fuck. But I actually had no idea it actually meant that. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know." I'm like, "Fuck, that's a good one, you know." And then we call it alaf. And I got into that business because it really helps people, man.
You know, there's a common name in Iran called Sadaf.
Sadaf? Yeah.
And it's like, so why are you sad as fuck? Sad as fuck.
There you go. There you go.
You know the name Sadaf.
Yeah, Sadaf. Yeah,
sad as fuck.
There you go, man. So yeah. So I got that in. Look,
Nice.
that business is not really about money at the moment. It's really about helping people. Like, there's a lot of people that are going through so many things that normal traditional medicine can't help them.
Yeah.
You know, we're helping a lot of people, and hopefully, when it becomes legalized in terms of commercially in Australia, we'll be at the right place at the right time to do something with it.
You know, I lived in New York for a year, I told you, and I met a lot of people that are in the cannabis game.
Sure.
Nobody's making money. Everyone's just buying their time until legislation, I think, changes there.
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone in the cannabis business is doing. They're kind of getting their foot in the door, positioning themselves right for when the money starts rolling in. But everyone, is that right?
Yeah, 100% spot on. Look, you know, we're trying to build a database. I'm learning a lot. It's actually quite interesting. You know, doing the same thing for 20 years. Yeah, it changes, technology changes, and you adapt and all that. But to do something that's totally different that you've never done before. You know, I smoked my first joint during COVID. Never smoked a joint. I'm like, wow, this is good, but this is really bad because I want to start putting on a lot of weight. Yeah. So I just started making pancakes all the time.
Yeah. But Snoop Dogg's not fat. Wiz Khalifa, I always wondered.
Man. True that. Maybe they smoke too much. I don't know.
Maybe. But that's your problem.
Yeah.
You didn't smoke enough.
I didn't smoke enough.
You didn't smoke enough that you passed out and you don't eat.
That's a good one, you know. But look, you know, for me, it's all new. I'm learning a lot. Yeah. And I'm really enjoying that process again because I haven't done that for such a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Other than that, I build property, but you know, I will do that for a very long time. I'm really bad with money.
Really?
Yeah, so, you know, if I have $1 in my pocket or XYZ, end of the night, that money's gone, right? I like to enjoy myself. Sure. I like to enjoy, like, have people around me that enjoy themselves. So I realized probably 15 years ago that if I kept doing what I'm doing without, you know, building assets in my life, one day, you know, if my business doesn't go too well, I've got a lot of memories and everything, but I've got nothing to show for it.
Sure.
So I started building property, nothing big, no apartments, nothing big. So I just build townhouses. You know, I do XYZ number of townhouses every year, and I just keep them. I never sell them. You know. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hoarder, man. Like, I hate selling shit and throwing things out. I have a problem with that for some reason. So yeah, I've been doing that for a while. But that's about it, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to ask you, do you have any plans to sell your broadband business? But it seems like you just answered your own question. You're not going to get rid of it.
No, with that, I think with that, hopefully in the next couple of years, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I've really struggled with that too, keeping it. I've had offers in the past and I said, no, I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I think the time's come, you know, in the next couple of years, if the right, you know, it has to be the right synergy. If it's the right company, it's the right synergy, if my staff are going to be able to do even better, if the opportunity comes there, yes. If not, again, with technology, we're so blessed because there's always new things happening as well, you know, for us. Doing the phone system, all that's quite exciting now, and also selling globally now. So before in Australia and New Zealand, you can't really call New Zealand global because next door to Australia. But now we're doing projects in Guam, in New Caledonia, in Bangkok. So it's a whole new world, and it's a whole different business model. With my business model at the moment, we turn the internet on, we start billing you. We charge Australia within 30 to 60 days. Whereas now, cash flow is totally different with this business because now, let's say we're putting, you know, I don't know, $1 million worth of phone switches and all that into a hotel, project managing it, and then getting paid 120 days later. If you're doing 20, 30 of those projects, it starts to affect your cash flow.
Of course.
It's a whole different model, but, you know, it's part of growth and all that, but it's all new. It's and it's exciting. You know, I'm really enjoying it.
It's hard to sell a business. I know what you mean, because it's like you got to sell it to someone that knows how to run it as well. You don't want to fuck them as well, where they just kind of give you the money. We had that problem with the insurance company where we had offers. We're like, well, you're going to run it to the ground.
Yeah. And it's his legacy, man.
Yeah, what are you going to do? It's hard because you almost like birth the baby. You don't want it to go to shit.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
How many cars do you have?
Oh, I don't have a lot of cars, man. Like, no, I honestly don't. I feel like 60.
Well, you sold them all.
Yeah, no, I actually sold one car last week. You know, I was a little bit, you know, worried. Not worried. I was a little bit like, you know, should I? But I did.
What car?
So I got a good offer on my Pista Perta.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I got a really, really good offer on it. And I thought, you know what, fuck it, why not? I don't drive it much. I've got around 7 or 8 cars, man. That's
Okay. What's your favorite?
I love the Rolls Royce. I love the Calendar, man. I drive that every day. That's my daily drive.
Yeah.
Maybe I am getting old, you know. It's comfortable. If I go over anything, I don't worry about scratching the rim, this and that. So yeah, I love that. I'll drive it every day. It's quite comfortable.
You need to get a driver with that car.
Yeah, I know, man. You know,
Is
in Australia, you know.
Yeah,
it doesn't look that good.
Is it the infinity spec at the back where you got the middle thing?
No, I don't have the middle thing.
Oh, because you got kids.
Yeah, I got kids. Yeah,
so it's hard.
So, yeah.
How did you make your first $1 million?
Selling internet, man.
Selling internet?
Yeah, selling internet. Look, like I said, there's 3 phone calls. I was playing golf one day. I was trying to play golf. I'm not a really good player. I got a phone call from a hotel saying we've got a conference coming up. We need fast internet. It's going to take too long. I stopped playing. I went to my office. I reinstalled the satellite dish, put the satellite dish on the roof, provided the internet. A month later, I got a phone call from another hotel in Sydney saying we love what you did. Provided the same solution to them. I said, then why don't you keep this? Every time you have a conference, you can turn it on. Yeah, because that internet for guests, back office, and conferencing instead of having one for all of them. Anyhow, he said, no, look, we deal with a very big company called NTT, which is like Telstra in Japan. NTT is quite big, as you know. They do our movie system, they bundle the whole thing. I said, well, why don't you give me someone's number there and I'll give him a call. So I rang up the operations manager there. His name was Nick Koutzis, a guy, Greek guy. I rang him up, I introduced myself. I said, I'll look after probably 20 or 30 hotels. There's only 2 hotels, you know. I'd love to work with you. How can we work together? He said, come see me in Sydney. I went to Sydney, I met him, we got along.
Yeah.
He said, look, there's a tender coming out soon. We're looking for a new supplier for our ISP, internet service provider. I said, well, can I be a part of it? No problem. So anyhow, a couple of months later, the tender came out. I think it was 25, 26. Man, I looked at this document, I had no idea what the fuck the tender was, so, you know. So I reached out to my old boss that I used to work for. He had sold the business, moved on. He said, look, I can help you, $1,500 a day. It's going to take roughly 10 days to get this thing done. I had no money, so I pulled out a couple of credit cards, took cash advance on the credit cards, paid him, got the tender done, sent it through, waited a few months. You know, back then we were probably turning over $78,000 a month. Fuck all, like, really struggling. And if we won this tender, would have made over $1 million a month, but this is like over probably 6 to 12 months period because you got to change over the hotels and like, it's not just done overnight. So it was life changing for me back then, you know. And got a phone call saying, you know, you won the tender, you're successful. The last part of the tender is they're going to get our CTO to come and check out your operation. My operation, man, I had 2 desks in number 1 Queens Road. My office was office 911 because no one wanted 911 because of what happened. So it was the cheapest office. The first thing I did was I tinted the window so no one can see inside. I was so embarrassed, you know. 2 desks, that's it. A little bit bigger than this car. Oh fuck, how am I going to do this? This is embarrassing. This guy can't come and see this. Fuck. Anyhow, I remember that moment. I was absolutely devastated, you know. I was absolutely devastated. I hadn't told. I don't remember if we were married or we were just engaged. I hadn't told my partner back then, you know. And then I had to tell her, listen, I've taken out a couple of credit cards. I put all this money. I haven't told you, you know. She goes, don't worry, honey. It's okay, you know. You gave me your best shot, and that's all that really matters, you know. And just come home, you know, and we work it out, you know. When he calls you tomorrow or whatever, you know, to finalise the thing, just say you can't make it or make up something, you know. I have a lot of ego. For me, losing face is pretty hard, you know. It's a good thing and a bad thing, you know. So, I didn't sleep, man. I stayed up all night, you know. I think, fuck, how am I going to do this, you know. I felt back with all the money and everything else, but also the failure, you know, and losing face. He rang me, the gentleman's name was Alex. He rang me in the morning. He said, listen, I'm too busy. I don't have time to come and see you. Just come to my office. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. I went and saw him and absolutely loved us. We won the tender, and that, to answer the question, I went a long way about it. That's how we made our first $1 million, and it changed everything for me. So there's basically a couple of phone calls, man. I could have played golf that day. I tried to play golf. I said, fuck it, I was having a beer, but I stopped. I went to the office. I made that thing happen. The second thing was that I made that phone call in front of JB Hi-Fi at the DFO to introduce myself to Nick. And the third one was from God when he called me and he said, you know, you can't make it. And that changed my whole life, man. And through that process, we almost sold the business because NTT, so what I did was I went and got the other 2 wholesalers that did the same things at NTT. So everybody that provided the movie system stuff, there's 3 of them. I provided all 3 internet. There was a change of management at NTT, and they decided they're looking at moving all their internet across to somebody else, a bigger player. Almost sold the business for $3 million back then. The person I was selling it to, he wanted to only give me 60% because he wanted to have full control of fucking for $3 million. We see each other all the time. He's a good friend of mine. And he's like, fuck, I should have just gave the $3 million. And the lesson I learned from that was that I had to diversify more and get the hotels direct one by one. So I spent the next 3 or 4 years going to the hotels directly and signing them one by one to reduce the risk of losing them all like that.
Incredible. How does someone set up an internet company? Do you kind of use, because obviously you don't send rockets to the moon or whatever, right? No. So do you is it like a white label system where you use someone's internet and white label it on your own?
Okay, good question. So at the start, I resold, so I bought it as a reseller, added my margin and sold it. So I did that for the first year or 2 to reduce the risk, and also not having the money to build my own network. I think into it, 3 or 4 years into it, after we won this deal, into it, we actually built our own network. So basically, in different data centers around Australia, we have our own equipment. We buy. So what we do is, just think about it, like we rent the fiber in the ground. So we don't run our own fiber. We rent the fiber in the ground from Telstra, Optus, and all that. We bring it into our network depending on which state you're in. So if you're in Melbourne, we bring that fiber one end to our network, the other end to the customer. It's really important to build your own network because you have more control over it. So you can have more control over how you design different links, how you do things. So look, it's not rocket science, but something that I've been doing for a long time. I started my career back in the dial-up days, $7.50 an hour working in the call center. Yeah, man, like, you know, it's so funny where I live now, like, you know, so 25 years later or some 20 years later, whatever it might be, I live right across from 459 Collins Street where I started my job at $7.50 an hour, man. I would have never imagined I'd live where I do today, looking down at that building. It's absolutely fucking trippy, and kind of humbles you, man. Humbles you down, but also it tells you that anything's possible. Like, you know, at that moment, you don't really think what could happen. But if you just stay on focus, if you're a good person, do the right thing, you get screwed a lot along the way. Of course. Because people take your kindness as a weakness. They think you're silly, and it's so sad. But you just can't give up hope and change, and you got to stay focused and just do the right thing. At the end, I'm a massive believer of karma. It all works out, man. You know. Of
course. So look, it's not rocket science. You're right, but the thing is very niche.
It is.
Your industry is very niche because people don't understand it. So you rent the fiber from Telstra, whoever, and then you have your equipment at the
the switches, routers, and all that there in the data centers.
And then you then sell it.
And then we deliver it. So we deliver it to the end user, and then we set up different models for different customers. And then what we do also is we provide. So one of the things that I found out was when I went to a hotel, they had 3 different internet links, like one for conferencing, one for back office, one for admin. So what we did was we put one link and we segregated it into 3 different VLANs, which gives them different links through one link. And then what we did was we put another link through another provider through our network as a backup link. So that way, because it's a 24/7 business. So if there's an outage, the other link kicks in without them even realizing. So we built a portal that allows them to do all that. So for me, every time I try to provide services to everybody and anybody, I struggle and I fail. So I always went back to, hey, you're the best in hospitality, stick to hospitality, be the best in one vertical and just keep pushing that vertical and be the best at it. So that's what we've done.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all your selling points, isn't it? That we've got to back up, you know, all these things. Good for you, man.
Thank
you. Good for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'm so glad someone from Iran did that too. We could wear you on our chest and say that's our guy.
I'm sure there's a lot of other people that have done better, but yeah.
No, but well done. I mean, from where you've come from, and you're like, you know, like 80% of communication is non-verbal, right? So like your vibe and everything, you're extremely positive. I can't imagine you being a fighter.
Nah, man. I'm actually very positive.
You give me like granddad vibes. You know what I mean?
Bro. Yeah, like I am the dad, man. I am chill, man. Sometimes it's not good. I miss that oomph sometimes. You know? It takes a lot to piss me off these days. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, life is, we're very blessed to be where we are.
Yeah.
And I think we're always in a race to get somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
I sometimes stop and think, you know, my kids have it so much better than what I ever had.
Of course.
Right? So, hey, sometimes you just got to slow down and just got to take it easy and enjoy life, because you know you're not going to get those opportunities again. And I always, you know, my dad told me there's always, you just go from room to room. Someone's going to be stronger than you. Someone's going to be better looking than you. Someone's going to be, you know, richer than you.
Yeah, of course.
You just go from different rooms, and you've got to stop somehow. Otherwise, you're just going to keep chasing it, you know. And there's no right or wrong. Some people love that, and there's nothing wrong with it. But for me, I am chill, man. I want to take it easy. I want to enjoy my life. Yeah.
There's two games in life you'll never win. The game of money. There's always going to be someone richer than you.
That's right.
And the game of women. There's always going to be a prettier one, younger one, whatever it is.
True.
You're never going to win those two games.
So true,
you
man.
need to find somewhere you're comfortable.
100%.
And go, that's enough. I don't need to make more money, and I'm happy with her.
Yeah, 100%. So true. so true.
That's where a lot of guys get mixed.
Yeah, so
you
true,
know?
man. So true.
So let me know how to get there, because I haven't yet.
You know what, man? They say once you get married, once you have kids, this, that, you change, this, that.
Yeah.
You change when you want to change.
Yeah.
You change when you're ready to change.
Yeah.
And I don't call it change. You just, you know, you adapt, you change in terms of, I've had enough. I've seen it all, done it all. How much more? I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah.
And once you stop having fun, that's when you go, hey, I'll give it up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's good that you got daughters, because now that you've created a very comfortable life.
Yep.
And I would say comfortable, like you have reached where you've reached today by not having a comfortable life.
100%.
Right? Trauma.
Yeah, big time.
You know what I mean? And, but, you know, but women, you don't want to create an uncomfortable life for women, because trauma masculinizes women, which is not good.
Yeah.
But trauma is necessary for men.
Yeah.
Right? It kind of turns them into men. So it's kind of really good that you got daughters, because
I'm very blessed.
they've got the perfect setup now.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Coffee, gentlemen. What do you drink?
Double espresso for me.
That's it? Double espresso.
Yeah.
Animal. Beef. If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. We got another celebrity here.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about
Sam
that.
Bashiry.
I don't know about that. I don't know
Sam
about
Bashiry?
that. No, she's me.
He's the person that found...
Oh my God.
You don't know him? You don't know Sam Bashiry?
I don't think anyone knows you. It's okay.
I went to saw you in your vlog, Giga.
That's right.
YouTube, yeah.
That is on
I
YouTube.
went to follow you.
Yeah, you didn't follow him. You know?
Did you set this up?
He's the one that found Leonardo DiCaprio. He's Leonardo DiCaprio's manager. Big name. Big name. Yeah. Thank you.
This is
Thank
fun.
you.
That's a good one.
We always come here. So they all know. So as soon as she's like, I was expecting her, but it was him. So as soon as she's like, oh, is he here? So she's like, hey, who's here today?
She's sweet.
We had Amir Khan on. You know the boxer Amir Khan?
Yes.
Yeah, we had him on.
I saw that.
And
Man,
she's-
awesome podcast you got, bro.
And she's like, oh, amazing, Amir Khan. I love you, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but awesome podcast,
Thank you, my
man.
brother.
It's actually, the whole
Appreciate you.
concept is so cool.
I appreciate you.
So
Thank
cool.
you,
Good on
my
you,
brother.
man.
Thank you. Listen, like, you know, when,
How was everything?
He's good. He just came back from LA. Yeah, how's LA?
Yeah, really good. I can't do this, man. Why are you making me do this shit?
Starting of the month, what's your plan?
What's your plan? Where are you moving to?
April
I think he's going to Monaco after Dubai.
Fool's Day.
April. Oh, it's April Fool's Day.
Oh, today? This is what is happening? She's on the ball. She's on the ball.
No, seriously.
She's cool.
You know I bring guests, right? You know me. I bring guests to you guys. We get coffee. He's a big name.
Big name.
He's a big name. You know? I just want his phone for all the contacts that I
You love pasta?
have, you know?
You love pasta?
Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao?
He's actually good, isn't he?
He's good friends with Manny Pacquiao. He's good friends with Manny Pacquiao.
You have a lot of house in LA.
Yeah, he has a lot of houses.
How do you know all this
Video
stuff?
call Manny Pacquiao. Video call Manny Pacquiao. Why you not video calling Manny Pacquiao?
I don't know, my phone is
She's Filipino.
I know, yeah, I picked it up. Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's really cool. I like her too.
Your cappuccino.
Appreciate you.
Double espresso.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Napkin. We have one more, yeah?
One more left. You have the application.
You know I don't have the application. You ask me every time. I never
He's
have the
like me, I
application.
don't want to download shit. I don't either.
You already know that.
But she's not giving up on you, man. She's just
No,
reminding you.
every
One day you'll
time.
say, you know what, I'll get the application.
Here you go. Thank you so much.
Customer.
You're my favorite.
Thank you, man.
There you go.
You're cute.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
You want a number?
No.
We can get a number if you
No,
want.
I didn't even cute like that. I didn't cute like funny. See, man. You're fucking with me now.
It's, bro, the thing
You're so
is,
good.
you know we're Persian.
Yeah, we can't help
we
ourselves.
fuck around a lot.
Jokes.
You know, we crack around
My
a lot.
dad's like that.
Is he?
Yeah, he loves to muck around, joke around. So
Yeah,
he's a
my dad
He's
too.
got a good character. He's a good man, like, you know.
Yeah,
funny guy.
I think my dad and your dad should meet. My dad, is all
They should.
jokes.
Yeah,
He's
the
all
same.
jokes.
He's a happy guy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
My mum's the serious one. My
Yeah.
mum's the boss.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mum will tell you exactly how she feels. Like
Yeah.
when she goes, "You look fat." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, mum. You put on too much weight. Have you been watching TV lately? See how they do their hair? You should do your hair like that." I'm like, "Mum, man, come on, leave me alone."
It's tough love.
Yeah,
It's
man,
tough love.
it is.
I would love for you to come to Iran with me.
Oh, I would really love that. Thank you so much. You know, I've got a couple of other friends in Australia too. They keep saying the same thing. I should really do it. You know,
What city are you from?
I'm from Tehran, man.
I'm from Shiraz.
Okay, cool.
Let me take you around.
I would love to, man. 'cause
Yeah, I told
haven't
Baz
been
as
here.
well. I need to take Baz too.
Oh, we got to all go together.
Because,
we do a podcast in Iran.
In Iran, yeah. And
Eating kebab.
They throw us in prison.
Yeah.
What's this camera? What's this camera for?
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that.
You can't really. No, actually, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. They're pretty.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I think if you mind your own business, do your own thing, you know.
Look,
Stay out of trouble.
I'm just ready for trauma when I get there. You know what I mean? In the
Yeah.
airport, there's always anxiety,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Always anxiety.
That's what I'm scared of, you know.
Yeah. You get used to it. You get used to
Yeah.
it. Are you partying tonight or no? You're just having a
No,
chill
man.
one? Okay, well, then let's do dinner tonight
yeah,
then.
that'd be awesome. I went the last 2 nights. Obviously, I went the first night. I went to some restaurant, Emilia or something.
Yeah.
Bro, I walked in. It was like a disco.
Yeah, I
couldn't
know.
even talk.
I know.
I told the bloke to put the music down. You know, I was sitting right at the front. And one of my friends is Albanian, so I made him play Albanian song for him, and I'd recorded it, and everyone's going, "What the fuck is this?" You know. So listen, if you play Albanian, I'll buy 2 more bottles. He goes, "Oh fuck, I'll play Albanian." Anyways, but it's a cool vibe. It was a cool vibe.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, went again. It was a cool vibe too, man.
Yeah, listen,
really nice place.
You never need to feel. You never have the feeling you need to go on holiday when you live in Dubai.
Yes, see everything everywhere. Huh?
It's just.
And you know what, man? Like, I don't do clubs anymore, really. In that,
Yeah.
so places like that from my age,
Yeah.
you get to eat, you get the entertainment, all in one.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and a great concept to take back at home, because at home you don't have that for our age. Like,
Yeah.
where do you go in Melbourne?
Yeah.
You go to all the restaurants.
Yeah.
After that, you gotta go to a bar. You walk into a bar.
Yeah.
Everyone's in their early mid-20s. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I doing
Yeah,
here? I
exactly.
don't belong here. You know,
Exactly.
it's too small. I
Yeah.
can't stay here. So it'd be a good idea to take back to Australia and back something up. So,
I was engaged for 8 years. Well, I was in a relationship for 8 years. We were
Awesome.
engaged, and we broke up a year and 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And then when I was in Australia, when we broke up, all my friends that are married, second kid,
Yeah.
third kid, all their wives are like, "Yeah, Rads, you need to just wait for all the divorces or go out."
Yeah.
Like you go out, and they're all early 20s.
Yeah, man.
So when I moved here, I realized that. I go on dates with girls that are 28, 29 years old.
Yeah.
When they say, "How old are you?" I say, "I'm 34." She goes, "I've never gone on a date with a guy that young." The runway to be
Wow.
single here is so long. You can be 50 and be single. You can be 60 and be single and date the same girls a 20-something-year-old is
wow,
dating.
which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
You
nothing
know what I
wrong
mean?
with
There's a
that.
market for everything.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
So for me, as being single, Perth was not my place.
Nah, I can't imagine
Right?
that.
No,
way. Perth is
exactly.
dead anyway. What do you think?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Have you
but it's
been?
dead. Yeah, man, I've
Yeah,
been
okay.
many times. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you do the internet for the hotels in Perth as well?
100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
everywhere.
Crown?
Yeah, no, not Crown. So I don't
Okay.
do business with Crown or Star.
Okay.
I don't like doing business with people that do gambling and stuff. So yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, so for me, the runway I find here for being single is extremely long, right? It's honestly, Dubai is an adult playground.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about it, but I can see that.
It's extremely expensive, right?
Yeah, alcohol is, man. I realise. Like, it's
How
ridiculous.
bad was the bill last night?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
But bro, it was 10 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But the food wasn't. It's just the alcohol. I think it's like
Yeah.
around. So for Katazul, like,
Yeah.
we pay around obviously $350 outside
Yeah.
to buy from the shop. We
Yeah.
pay $1,100.
Yeah.
I think it's double that here.
Yeah.
It's around 2.5 or something. It's
Yeah.
5,700 dirhams each or something.
Yeah.
So it's just like 2.5.
Yeah.
So it's double the price.
Yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
You know, you pop 3 or 4 of them. That's
Yeah.
it. The bill's gone. Yeah.
Man, well,
but have fun.
Oh yeah, it's
I had
fun.
an
Yeah, it
awesome
doesn't
time, you
matter.
know?
But it's a thing. Like you think about it. Like when I didn't have any money, like I go on dates
yeah.
with a girl, and then the bill would come to what I would pay
Yeah.
rent for 2 weeks in Australia.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, man,
I
can
don't even
that.
like this girl.
Oh no, what the fuck am I doing here? Man, it's really hard. So you're 34?
34.
you're younger, so it's very hard to find decent women these days, you know.
Yeah.
So like for me back in the day, there was still a lot of old school values, you know. But now, I don't know if it's the internet. Like you talk to a 25-year-old, she's smarter than a 40-year-old. Yeah, so switched on.
Yeah.
And you know, it's sad because it's really hard to find someone that really wants your company for you. I think a lot of people are just out there to get something.
Sure.
And it's really, really sad to see that.
Correct.
You know, I actually breaks my heart when I see that because they're always on a hunt.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing that, like, you know, being single, how hard would it be to really find someone genuine that loves you for you? You know, on my Instagram, I get DMs all the time, you know. And originally, I was like, oh, would you like to, like, allow you to mentor me and stuff, you know? And you go, oh, yeah, man. And then you realize, no, man, there's no mentoring. They're just on something else, you know? Yeah, fuck that.
Girls are asking you.
Yeah, mentoring, yeah. It's all, you know, at the start, you're like, oh, yeah, fucking, they're running a business, this and that.
Sure.
Yeah, no problem. Ask me
You're
some
like,
questions.
don't look at me like a piece of meat. I'm actually trying to educate you.
But you don't know. You leave it at the start. You don't realize. And then after you feel like, oh, fuck, that's a pickup line, you know? You want to mentor me.
Yeah.
But it's really
Good position to be in, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, not really, bro. You don't want to get divorced, you know? You lose 70% and fuck, you want headaches. But it's really, really hard to find genuine people these days, man.
Yeah.
And like, it's really sad. And I think time shows you everything.
Sure.
Time shows you everything, you know. People can be an actor for so long.
Yeah.
And, you know, as long as, you know, my dad, again, goes, either lend them money or go on holidays and see their true colours, because holidays, they get comfortable and they're there. And lend them money and see if they do the right thing or not. But it's just, it's pretty hard.
You're right. It's there was a stat the other day. I don't know how they measured it, but they said it takes a modern man 7 times harder to find a woman, 14 times lesser value of his grandma.
Oh, wow.
Something crazy. I don't know how they measured it.
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
With the world of Instagram, social media has fucked everything up.
It has,
right?
Man.
Because, you know, the girl will see a guy with a private jet on Instagram, right? But they don't realize that he's in the 0.1%, right? And that guy, he would have sex with her because back in the day, he wouldn't get girls, right?
100%.
So he's doing it because he couldn't get it.
Yeah.
But now that girl goes, that's my level now. So now she only wants to mess with those guys. And it's like, that's not your level.
No, it's not.
So there's a lot of inflation that women think, like, I'm this.
100%, man. And it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's actually like, I know it's not a nice word to say, but I pity a lot of people, man. I pity them because they can do so well for themselves, which is just kind. Yeah. Like, I actually respect a person that's honest, that says, you know, what they want up front. Like, you know, as if, like, I'm not about just girls, just anybody, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when they try, like, you know, I hate someone insulting your intelligence. I think it's the biggest insult to me personally. Anyway, it's like, well, we wouldn't be where we are if we're idiots. Yeah. But we're kind. And I think our problem is that we allow time for everybody because we believe in everybody. But people abuse that a lot, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. And I think mainly they've usually either been through a trauma or they've been hurt by someone, so they lost their faith in humans.
Correct.
And I always say, don't allow that to be your future, because then you'll meet someone nice, whether it's a friend or a girl or a guy, whatever it may be. And because you've got that mindset of what happened to you in the past, you're not going to open up your heart to anyone, and you're still going to lose, you're going to hurt. So you gotta just open up, man. And there are good people 100%. Out there, because out of all the rubbish, 100%. You find some genuine people, and you find them when you least expect it. Yeah, and you build a friendship for years and years, man. You can't put a price on that.
Do you know who Sadia Khan is?
No, I don't know. No.
She's a psychologist, fairly famous on social media and all that stuff. You've probably seen her.
Probably, yeah, bad with names.
I was at dinner with her last night, and she was just saying, guys, obviously testosterone is dropping, and guys aren't really approaching women. And I said to her, you're ignorant to the experience guys have when they approach women. The way, so I don't find that in Dubai, but the way in Australia you approach a girl, right? The way they reject you is like, ugh, you never in your dreams, yuck, right? Here, they're not like that in Dubai. They're like, okay, no, I'm okay, or whatever, right? But so of course that's gonna push that guy away from wanting to approach women again, right? But also, and I said to her, look, the hardest person to be in today's society is an average man, right? Because you're seeing so many above average men on social media that you're comparing this person to. So it's just, social media has really messed up the game.
It really has, hasn't it, man?
A lot more. How old are your daughters?
So Laura's 12 Olivia's 8.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
And they know more than you would at that age.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%. Like, you know, they're very strict. Like I said, one's a full-time almost programmer. She's always programming.
Wow.
Loves Japan. Took her to Tokyo.
Wow.
And, like, you know, she's like, Dad, we're going to Tokyo again. I'm like, hey, take it easy, all right? We just went there. So, like, you
Take
know,
it easy, all right?
Yeah, she loves that stuff. With the younger one. So the my eldest looks like me, has her mom's personality, really chilled, quiet, keeps everything. The younger one looks like her mum and is definitely my personality, like, you know, really out there, you know. It's funny, man, you know, talking about kids, we were going to dinner the other day, and actually not the other day, a while ago, and I said to the girls, where do you want to go for dinner? They go to the cow place, you know, they're talking about Rockpool, you know. I'm like, what the fuck, cow place? I'm like, man, I was lucky if I went to McDonald's, you know. My mum used to say, I go, Mum, can I get a McDonald's? She goes, I'll make you McDonald's, you know. She doesn't get the burger, just make it, you know. I'm like, oh, I feel sorry for your, you know, husband or boyfriend. You're gonna find they're fucked, like, you know. Yeah. Where you want to go, you know. So you're setting a bad example. But the way it's good, so they stay away. You know, I don't want them to find someone.
Of course. Listen, I remember there was a story my mum was telling me. She said we couldn't afford to buy a Big Mac, the one that has salad in it. They didn't even know the word. The burger that has salad in it, right? And they go, me and your dad are eating a cheeseburger, and you were 8 years old, and you'd be like, I want that one. And we couldn't say no to you. So we'd look at you eating this Big Mac while we're eating cheeseburgers.
That's so cute.
That's how we grew up.
Yeah, man. It's really hard, like, you know. But you know, our kids are blessed. Our kids are very blessed.
Yeah,
but
very
I've got to show them the right way of doing things. So my girls come to the office every Saturday, and they clean the office every Saturday.
No way.
Yeah, man. Because you know, I want them to understand the number one, the value of money.
And do you pay them?
Yeah, man. I pay them. I'll put it into a bank account. So for savings, because when one of my daughters goes, Dad, when I turn 18, I want a Ferrari. I said, okay, you want a Ferrari when you turn 18? She goes, yeah, I want a Ferrari. I said, okay, no problem. I said, you come and work with your sister. Every Saturday, clean the office. I will pay your salary. I'll put it into your bank account, and you can touch them when you're 18. If I've taught you well enough and I've done my job, hopefully you buy property. If I haven't, you can buy your Ferrari. But there's no free money here, man. They've got to understand the value. They've got to understand what it's like to work. I think it's very important. Very, very important. So yeah, they come in and clean office every Saturday.
Amazing. What's your next goal? What's the next thing you're working on that you've visioned? Yeah, I'm working on a special app. I can't say a lot about it. It's going to be something really cool. We're probably 6 months away from launching it. It's something that is not seen as being big in Australia, but I think it is growing, and it's going to become as big as where it is overseas. It's got something to do with tipping. We're going to revolutionise the way you tip. Like when you go to a restaurant?
Yeah, we're going to revolutionise how you do that.
Awesome.
So I'm working on that, and that's a project that I'm doing with one of my best friends. In my journey, I've been alone a lot, doing things by myself. But now I want someone to high five and have a laugh with, or cry with things that are going on. I want someone there with me. So that's why I'm doing it, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
Is he Persian as well?
No, he's Australian. Yeah.
He's Aussie.
Yeah, Aussie, yeah. I don't know a lot of Persians, man.
Really?
No, not at all. One or two, that's about it.
What does retirement look like to you?
Okay, my dream would be to have like a small apartment, like nothing fancy, something small in different countries. Right, something small in Italy, Amalfi Coast, something somewhere in the US, somewhere everywhere, different places. And for me to say, you know, what are we doing today? Let's just get on a plane and go somewhere and just have a couple of clothes there, kick back, stay there for a couple of weeks. I love traveling. I love freedom. I love to be able to. I'm very spontaneous, man. I love some spontaneous shit in my life, and for me, I love to be able to do that when I'm retired and chill and just see my kids grow. And I want to spend a lot of time with my wife, because I've kind of missed out on that a lot, especially in the last probably 10 years. It's been very unfair. I've traveled a lot, hardly ever home. So I really want to spend time with her, because it's important. Yes.
Nice.
So,
yeah, I mean, I feel like you've kind of, you didn't need to be a well-known person on social media, right? Like you went in that direction, and it happened naturally, because obviously you had a lot of materialistic possessions, right? The clothing and the cars and everything. And I feel like you're doing a U-turn on that.
Fuck yeah, man.
I feel like you're going more into the experience.
Yeah, bro, you're right. 100%, man. And I'll tell you what, I'll be honest about it. You know, I never felt good enough. Growing up, I never felt good enough, man. Like, you know, because obviously I didn't have the right education. I couldn't speak the language well, the vocabulary, how they speak certain people. I didn't hang around the posh people, so I never felt good enough. I always thought I had something to prove to people, you know. And obviously with nice things and all that, you know. But over the last probably 10, 15 years, man, I've kind of realized that shit's not important, man. It actually attracts the wrong people, the people that you don't want in your life.
Facts.
Yeah, man. And you know, through my journey, I've had people that have come into my life that have taught me things that I could have never paid for or bought. They just taught me things by their character and their personality and friendship that they're giving me.
Yeah.
And you know, I've learned so much from different people, and I've learned that it's, you know, you got to be comfortable in yourself.
Yeah.
And people will have an opinion of you as soon as you walk into a room, no matter what you look like, what color, what race, what you're wearing. They're still gonna find something. But fuck them, man. They don't pay your bills. Their opinion doesn't fucking matter. You know, do you, be yourself, and you know, no one's gonna like you. That's just fucking life, man. You know, as long as you know you got a good heart. I'm far from perfect. I have a lot of faults, but I know I got a good heart. I always try and do the right thing. I never go out of my way to do something wrong. Even if I do something, it never came from a bad place, you know. So as long as you can do that, be a good human being. That's, you know, just live your life, man. You have nothing to prove to anyone. And I really struggle with that.
Yeah.
And you know, the whole Instagram thing at the start as well, you know, it's like, oh, got to do that. And then as I got into it, I was like, fuck, man, this is actually a platform where I can help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the DMs that I get sometimes, it's just so beautiful. It just hits home, man. Every time you think, you know, fuck, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Fucking close the account, you know? And then you get something, and you hit a young man or young woman, like whatever, that you know, that's having a bad day or says thank you. It's like, you know what, fuck, man, it's worth it. If you can change 1 or 2 people's lives, why not?
It's all
you know?
worth it.
No, man. So,
I'm happy for you, man. I'm
Thank
happy
you.
for you. I
Thank
feel
you
like
so much.
I feel like you've done ayahuasca or something.
I don't know. I've heard about that shit, but I don't know if I can do that, man. Fuck.
I don't think so either. I got screws loose, bro. We come from Iran.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do it.
No, I don't think so. But like, no, I think it's just the age, man. Like I said, I'm 46 now, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm running out of steam, I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah.
But no, I'm in a good place, man. And I'm always working on it.
You said you got faults. What are some of your faults? Tell me some of the faults that you know.
Man, look, I need to learn to say no a lot of the times. I struggle to say no.
Okay.
You know, so I'm gonna always, you know, I'm gonna start putting myself first.
Okay.
I struggle with doing that a lot. Always, like, you know, it's even though if I don't want to do something because I've said I'll do it, I'll still do it.
Yeah.
I've got to learn to say no more. And
I struggle with that too.
yeah, man, I really struggle with that.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible, but I know it, and I still do it. That's even worse.
In my mind, I go, well, if you say no, then you won't go to that place. You don't know what's going to happen, so just do it.
Do it,
And then my friends are like, my business partners and my friends, they're just like, bro, why are you hanging out with him? Your time is more valuable than him, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but who knows what can come from it. But
you
know
feel
he's
bad.
fake.
You know, but also it's like you feel bad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck it, you know, I feel bad. But, so I was really struggle with that, man, with saying no. And I've got to be more stern, man. I'm very, like, I'm either all in or not.
Yeah.
And when I meet people, I give my all.
Yeah.
And you get disappointed a lot of times with that, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've learned that in life, you got to learn to be a little bit more stern, you know. I struggle with being stern, and I'm from one level to the other.
Yeah.
So I give all. If I see something I don't like, I just cut. I don't argue. I don't fight. I don't say, because I don't want to bring myself to that level.
No, but also
I just cut.
Arguing and fighting is feminine behavior.
Yeah,
right?
very
It's a
well
waste
said,
of
bro.
energy.
So
right?
well said, man.
Like, you can't control your words that you got to get out. You know, you just cut it out and move on.
But the problem is that you've seen so much, you know what happens, but you still give people opportunities. Like, why am I doing this? I already know this.
Yeah.
I've seen this. It's not my first rodeo. Why am I doing this? So those are my 2 big faults, man. And I got to work on that. And I got to make more time for my family. I really need to make more time for my family, especially because I didn't have my dad, because my dad wasn't there. My mom was always worried about, they're going to send us back to Iran, they're going to kill us. Oh my God, what do you have to do to get a visa here, you know? So I like to really work on that too, spend more time with my family. And this last week or so being away, again, that's really kind of reinforced that, you know, that, hey man, like, you know, let's spend more time with the family and the girls.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's happening to me? I am fucking getting old, man. You changed, man. What happened to you?
Bring back the old Sam, okay?
Bring you back.
How many staff do you have?
Not a lot, man. So in Australia, probably 15. So we built a lot of systems. In Sri Lanka, we got around 25, under 30.
Okay.
Not a lot, man. Not a lot of staff count. But the salaries for our staff are quite high, especially in Australia. But not a lot.
So your staff in Australia, what kind of leader are you? Are they scared of you?
Nah, not at all. Man, they don't even say hello to me sometimes. You know, when I walk into the office, just fucking like, come on, guys. And a hello would be nice. Fuck, you know, I used to shit myself when my boss used to walk in, you know. I used to sit up. I used to be so scared of my boss. They don't even say hello to me. So I was like, hey, guys, what's up? No, look, man, I try to be friends. I try to be very open. But at the same time, From time to time, everyone needs a kick in the ass.
You did the hello and you didn't get a hello back?
No,
Come on,
it's
come on,
okay.
bro.
I'm fine. Hey, sorry guys, I'm here. Anyone home? Like, you know, but like, yeah, look, I'm really easygoing, but from time to time, like, I need it. Everybody needs a kick in the ass. You know, say, hey, come on, don't take the piss. You know.
Yeah.
But like, I'm really easygoing, man. Like, I'm not a bossy, but I don't micromanage people.
Yeah.
I let them do their own thing. But I'm learning that you gotta set tasks and all that kind of shit more and more. But yeah, no, very easygoing.
I'm the same as you. We've got one guy, his name is Jonathan, he's a Colombian guy that works for us.
Yeah.
And then whenever he sees me, hello boss, how are you boss? Yeah, good boss. And then I'm like, see, this is how everybody should talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay? And everyone's like, piss off. Do you have any regrets?
I'm really hard on myself, so we don't want to go down that path. But like, you know, regrets, it's interesting. You know, they say you should have regrets. Everything's a memory, everything has a reason, this and that. But I think I have high expectation of myself. I would not do a lot of things differently when it comes to business and all that. So there's never regrets in business, you know.
Sure.
Personal life, yeah, probably, man. But you know, that's life. I think you got to hold yourself accountable. But sometimes you can't be too hard on yourself either.
Yeah, of course.
So I struggle with that.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't know. You know, I've never read a book in my life.
Okay.
Never read a book. Right?
That's okay.
Never, man. I never wanted to read a book. I wanted to learn from my own experience. I didn't want to learn from other people's experience.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn the hard way. I learned things the hard way always.
Yeah.
But I wanted to learn and experience everything myself. I didn't want to read something and learn from it and copy it and do it. It's just my way of doing things. But like for me, it was about my life is my book. My life is my journey, and I want to be genuine, and I want to make a lot of mistakes, and I want to learn from it. And just be proud of who you are as a person at the end of the day, man.
No, that's a good strategy, because if you read a book and it tells you not to do something, but that something is their experience.
Yeah, man.
That's not your experience.
100%, bro.
Right?
100%.
You would do it differently with a different style.
100%.
That gets you a different result.
100%, man.
You know?
Or maybe I'm just lazy, you know what I mean? I don't fucking read.
Or maybe I can't read.
I can't read. But yeah, no, so yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, look, I think, would you write a book?
I get that a lot, man. I don't think so, because I'm not, you know, there's still a lot more to my life.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot more. And I don't know, maybe one day, who knows? But I don't think about it. I get asked that a lot, but I'm like, well, who wants to read my fucking book? There's many better books than what my life's been.
There's a lot of people that would read your book.
Yeah.
You know, in Australia.
Yeah.
Could you see yourself moving to Dubai?
Nah, with the family. Like, if I was single, most likely. If I didn't have kids, kids change your life, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with kids and the schooling and everything, you know, like for us, even we moved houses. We used to live in Kew. I live in the city now.
Okay.
But we still take the kids there because we don't want to, you know, disturb their routine and all that.
Sure.
So with kids, it's really, really hard to do that stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, so otherwise maybe, perhaps.
So Melbourne's home?
Yeah, Melbourne is home.
Melbourne's home for a
Melbourne's
while.
home until the kids grow up and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Until they kind of
Yeah,
go
got
out
their own thing, yeah.
and they retire. Well, and then you retire, and then you have the houses here and there.
Yeah, I would
you
love that,
travel
man.
around.
I would love that, yeah.
Because listen, at that point, I think Dubai was perfect for you if you want to keep traveling.
Yeah, from here you can go anywhere.
Anywhere?
From Australia, man, like 20 hours to get to Europe. It's ridiculous, man.
Honestly.
Bro, like you get tired. Like even fucking going to Sri Lanka, like I said, I hate confined spaces, you know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. I was listening to some guy talking about, you know, he said, you know, he was traveling first class or business class, and he saw some old people come on, and they were so happy that they were sitting there. There was like a new experience for them. And he said, like, you know, he took me back to when I used to go economy, and I forgot how you know, good it is to be able to do this because it becomes normal, so you don't actually appreciate it. Yeah. So he said from time to time he flies half the way economy. And the other half first class or business class, whatever.
Correct.
I'm like,
that's a good way.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna try this. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go to Sydney. So 1 hour. If I can't be that bad, you know, what's 1 hour gonna do? I can't be. You know, I can do 1 hour. You know, I don't pay for ticket flights anymore. I use my points. So it doesn't really fucking matter. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna get the emergency seat. You know? So I got so much, a little bit more leg room. You know? So I couldn't help myself. So I got the emergency seat. And man, I'm sitting at the window. This guy kind of sits next to me. I swear to God, 6 foot tall, big bloke, like a mining guy that works in the mine. You know, I'm like, oh fuck, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna die. You know, I'll just breathe. Then the guy sits next. Another guy sits next to him. Normal guy there, but I'm sitting next to this guy, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die. So I'm taking deep breaths and I'm going, fuck, you can do this, man. You can do this. Only fucking 1 hour, right? And then they bring in the trolleys with the food, right? One comes from one end of the plane, one comes from the other end of it. They both stop at the fucking end of my seat. Like at that seat.
So you're the last person to get fed?
So, no, man, I'm locked in now. I'm fucking locked in. I got this big bloke next to me. The 2 trolleys that come at the end of the aisle. They're sitting there. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna start screaming. I'm gonna get arrested. I got up, said, I can't breathe, you know? I'm like, fuck.
No way.
I said, for the first time, I was actually wearing a shirt and pants. If I was dressed like this, I thought, you know?
Sure.
Anyways, I'm like, fuck, can you please move, you know?
Yeah.
I'll get to the end of the plane, I was just standing there, you know? I couldn't fucking breathe, you know? Took me a while, I'm like, fuck, this is so embarrassing. What is wrong with me? What was that? So I said, listen, man, when I was a kid, I was in an earthquake. I got knocked into the bottom of the thing. Yeah, because I felt like the biggest fucking idiot, man. I felt like the biggest idiot at that moment.
If your dad was there, he'd call you the biggest pussy. He was like, you know what I went through? You know what I went through?
But bro, I couldn't like, you know, it was so funny. I'm like, fuck this podcast shit. I knew I shouldn't listen to anything. This guy, I'm not doing this shit again. So books, podcasts, I don't fucking listen to it. I listen to this guy, and look what happened to him. I got arrested, man.
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. I know what you mean though. I know what you mean. I mean, when we used to fly to Iran from Australia, we used to fly Emirates economy. I'm like, wow.
No shit, bro.
Right?
Yeah. We had the money, man.
We're on economy. That's amazing.
Bro. We're on a plane.
We're
on a fucking plane, man. This is cool, Dad. We're on a plane, you know. We used to go to Mashhad. You know Mashhad?
Yeah.
Because Imam Ali was there. No, not Ali. Yeah.
Imam Hussein.
Hussein. Yeah, someone was there.
Hussein.
And because my dad had 3 strokes, okay, at a very young age, in his mid-20s, man, which is unheard of. He had 3 strokes in his mid-20s. And he says that the last one he had, on his 3rd one, he saw him come and say, hey, get up. There's nothing wrong with you. What the fuck are you doing here? Get up. And he got up and he walked out. And he was totally fine after that. So every year we used to go to Mashhad. And every time we used to get on a plane to go to Mashhad, like, wow, man, it was like, wow, man, we're on a plane. It's just so cool, you know? So
we were at the fly.
Yeah,
so
bro.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
So now you're like, oh fuck, economy. What's this? You know?
But bro, I'm not a small bloke. I'm not big, but I get very claustrophobic as well. I can't do it. So for example, they put me in the MRI machine.
Sure.
I went in. I started yelling, man.
Yeah, me too.
Get me out.
You got to put the eye thing on.
But bro, not only that, she put me that way, but they can put it the other way, so your head's at least at the end of it, not all the way. She put me all the way.
MRI?
In my, like, I don't know. Not my head, something else. But she put me.
I was MRIing my head.
Oh,
so your head has to go in.
Has to go. No. Yeah.
So you gotta ask for the goggles.
Ah, there you go. She put me in. I started screaming, "Get me fucking out!" So I can't do. I'll get very claustrophobic. I don't know why.
Yeah, but listen, claustrophobia is a choice. So if you don't have the money, you have to be in economy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
Maybe I'll lose some weight. You know, I'll get a little bit skinnier. You know.
No, but the good thing is, like, you've got the choice that you can go and you used to economy or business class. Or when you flew here, did you fly business or first?
No, there was no first, man. I flew first. I went to Singapore.
Yeah.
From Singapore, I went to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So it's a smaller place, so it's business. And then on the way back, man, I use my points. I love points. I'm a points junkie, bro.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know why. You still pay for it because you're paying the surcharges for the fucking thing. Yeah. But I like all these memberships.
It's like a game that they
I love membership points. I'm a sucker for it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I have to always stay in the same hotel because I get a free breakfast. I love that shit. You know, I get a late check at 4 p.m. and I always take shit from hotels. I don't use it.
Yeah.
I take the towels, the toothbrushes, but I don't fucking use it.
You use it.
I don't know why I take it. I feel like I'm getting something back for my money.
Hoarder.
Yeah, bro. That's like, how I don't like selling shit too. But I love to. I'm getting something back for my money. You know. If I could take the light bulb and shit, I'll take that too.
But listen, the majority of the people that have upgraded to business class are points. Majority of them. No one's really spent.
I would never buy a first class ticket. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Rip off, man.
Yeah.
I had to when we went to Japan because I left it to the last minute. I didn't tell my wife, and I booked 2-3 days before. And it was Japan Airlines, so I didn't have the points to that. Man, I was fuming because they didn't have first class. They had business, but I was fuming. They were fucking feeding me noodles. I'm like, man, I just paid 40K fucking for 4 people. You feed me noodles?
Yeah.
I ate so much noodles, man.
Yeah.
I tried to eat 40K worth of fucking noodles that day. I'll tell you that once.
How are you flying back? Emirates?
Yeah, I got my points.
You got business?
Yeah, I got first with my points.
You got first?
Yeah, I got my points.
Listen, have you ever flown from Emirates first?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Baz just flew here Emirates with first.
The first time I did it, I don't know, it was like a while ago. I didn't know that the shower lasts 5 minutes, man. I was there taking my time.
The timer's there. Didn't you see the timer?
No, bro. I was so excited, man. I was like, I'm in the shower on a fucking plane. And then I go, oh, fuck, what happened? I'm stuck. It's so funny, man.
You go chaperone over.
Yeah, bro. I was just taking my sweet-ass time. Man. See, doing like life's
crazy, right?
It's all memories,
crazy.
Man. And I love that. Like,
crazy.
This, like, you create memories, you can laugh about it later, and you can't, like, that's what's beautiful.
Do you support your family? Your kids? Not your kids, sorry, your mum and
Yeah,
dad?
man. Yeah. Look, my dad stopped working a while ago, you know.
Yeah. Nice.
And I own everything.
Yeah,
I own
exactly.
my parents, absolutely everything.
Same.
I wouldn't have the opportunity that I had if I stayed in Iran. And like, there's
Same.
nothing bad about Iran. I love Iran.
Same.
I'm really patriotic. I love our country. Like,
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Of course.
But like I wouldn't have the same opportunity because there's so
Exactly.
many other people. So there's so much competition.
Exactly.
What my parents did,
yeah.
I don't think I'm man enough to do.
Yeah.
Like for my mom to get up in her mid-30s,
Well
man,
said.
and come here,
Well said.
I'm gonna fucking cry. I can't do it, man. I can't believe what they went through, especially my mom to come here, stay single, stay loyal to my father.
Yeah.
Fucking work, send
Yeah.
us to school.
Yeah.
Dude, we had no car. We used to, like, if I went to school camp, we had to put my stuff in a safe aid trolley and push it to school because
Yeah.
we didn't have a car, you know? I remember I bought my first Commodore 64. We put it in the trolley, pushed it for like an hour home. Like, for them to do that, oh man, it's phenomenal. And then for my dad to come here and like have everything that he had, man, like my dad had drivers, and you know how it is, you know, if you got money, if you don't have, you know, but start from the bottom, man, bricklaying, cleaning, everything, man, like, you know, dude, it takes a lot for a man to do that, and I wouldn't be man enough to do that, I think, but like, you know, I own everything, so for them, I'll do anything, and you know, my dad loves Jags, you know, and he loves Jags, but he loves the older ones, you know.
Yeah.
So I invited him to my office one day, you know, and I got him a Jag and I put it in the car park, and the car park, he parked his car, came on, goes, hey, fuck, you wouldn't believe it, there's the Jag that I, you know, exactly like the one I like. So, no, just show me, you know. And he came downstairs and gave him the key, and like, it was such a special moment, man. He gave me a hug, we both started crying and stuff, and like, it's the least we can do.
Yeah.
But, you know, my parents want from me and stuff is that they always say, look, you know, stay focused, don't lose yourself, look after your health.
Yeah.
We're still their kids, no matter how old we are. Of
course.
You know? And as long as we can do that, I feel we make them proud. I feel they're proud of us, no matter what we have or we don't have financially, that we've turned out okay, man. We didn't disappoint them.
No,
so,
of course. I love that,
lucky.
man. I love that. We share the same thing. I mean, you know, I'm trying to get my dad out of the mentality of saving because he's still in the poor mindset, right?
But that's different.
I pay him $2,000 a week.
That's awesome.
And
man.
if he doesn't spend it, he doesn't get it next week.
Oh, wow, I love that, man.
Right? So he has to spend it.
Yeah.
And I see it in the account. And I'm like, you didn't spend it.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you want me to do? I was like, go on a holiday.
Do
Go to
something,
Thailand, book something. And so he has to like book.
That's
he's just
awesome, bro.
booking trips for November, like in 6 months in advance because he has to spend it.
Yeah, that's awesome. But they're different. So my parents, they got a very big house in a nice area. And I'm like, I was just like, man, just sell this big house, you know? Just go on holidays, I'll give you whatever you want, but you don't need a house like this, you know? Anyways, they have a lot of people come over, you know? They do their get-togethers, like 1 week someone else does it, 1 week someone else does it, you know? And there's all these fucking Persian rugs, statues, all this bullshit there, you know?
I know exactly what
you know,
talking
you go around,
I know exactly
fucking
what you're
everywhere,
talking about. Yeah.
I'm like, man, just sell this shit, get a nice apartment.
Yeah.
And that's what I would have done at that age. And go on holidays, do this, do that.
Yeah.
You know, downsize it. You don't need this shit, you know? And then I realized after a while, who the hell am I to tell them how to live their life? Because that's what makes them happy, man.
Exactly.
They want that house.
Yeah.
The fucking full Persians. Everybody comes in, they make the food. Oh, it has to be big and grand.
Yeah.
That's their happiness. Whereas my happiness is different. So I can't put my happiness on them and expect them to.
Yeah.
And that's when I stopped. I said, you know what? Okay, you want that big house, you want that. That's what makes you happy.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, you know what I mean, man? It took me a while to realize that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, when I go to Iran and I see my cousins, I'm like,
Yeah.
I could have ended up here if my dad didn't move.
Oh, no shit.
Right? I could have ended up here with no opportunities or anything like that. And you know, I get his brothers and my other family members kind of saying, well done for taking care of your dad. I'm like, I don't think you guys understand. I am not the man I am today if he didn't make that sacrifice.
Yeah, well.
Like he created all this, not me.
100%.
Right? But also that also gave someone like you and me the responsibility to not get looped up in drugs or bad people or this or that,
man.
because we owe them. We owe them.
No shit.
You're telling me my parents sacrificed everything to come to Australia for me to hang out with bikies, for me to hang out with druggies, for me to not do anything with my life.
Yeah, man.
There's two ways you can support your family that I've seen, right?
Yeah.
And I see this a lot in Iran. It's people that basically sacrifice their life for their parents in a way of, Mum, you want to go to the doctor? I'm going to come pick you up and take you. Mum, you don't have Coke? I'll go buy you Coca-Cola, whatever.
Yeah.
Mum, you don't have this? I'm going to buy it for you. Yep, no worries.
Yeah.
But you're not focusing on yourself. right?
Yeah.
And to focus and to provide for your family and really take care of them, you have to focus on yourself first.
Yeah.
There's two ways. You either sacrifice yourself for them and say, I've given everything to them, or you go, guys, you need to figure this out. I'm going to go work on myself, and then in return, I'm going to provide for you.
True.
And we did it the best way.
Yeah, so true.
The right way of working on yourself, building yourself up, establishing yourself. Because if I listened to my parents, I would have been a chiropractor.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
studying.
a doctor, bro. In a room, open your mouth. I was
at uni studying to be a chiropractor.
Well,
I dropped out.
Well, there you go,
right?
bro.
And I would have been like, Mum, I can't talk right now. I got to go see a client. I can't support you.
Yeah.
I've got to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
So the route we took is establish yourself, make sure you're independently financially stable, and then you can support them.
100%.
Right?
100%.
That's the better way of doing it than dedicating your life. Mum, do you need to go to the doctors? I'm going to pick you up and take you.
100%. It's so true, isn't it, man? When you think about it, and like they always say, like on a plane, put your mask on before you put the mask next to it, man. It's such a, you gotta, like I always say this to young people, look after yourself, set yourself up, sacrifice. Bro, I never went out when I was in my 20s, you know what I mean? I worked my ass off. I started going out in my mid-30s. I never used to go out before that, you know? Because I wanted to build myself up to whatever level that I am and then be able to then give back to people, you know? And I think also, they say money changes you. I think money just gives you the opportunity to be yourself. They show you your true colours. So if you're a good person, you become a better person. If you're a shit person, you show how much a shit person you are because you can verbalise it now because you don't care. So I think it's very important to set yourself up, be a good human being, and, you know, just live life, man. Live life to the fullest. I'm a massive believer that this is hell or heaven. I don't believe in heaven or hell afterwards, you know. It's what you make out of it. And just enjoy it to the fullest, man, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You really don't, you know.
Yeah, 100%. So you're going away from materialistic possessions, right? But you still got 6 cars.
I love cars, bro.
Are you going to start selling them one by one?
Nah, man. I love cars. And I'll tell you why I love cars. Like, I'm not a big, like, engine fanatic. So if you ask me, is it a 4.8 litre, this, that, I'm learning that shit now. But I'll tell you why I love cars. First of all, I should say, for young boys, we all love cars. They have posters of different cars. I always wanted a door that goes up in a Lamborghini.
I always want a Lamborghini.
Yeah, bro, I wanted the door go. Yeah, I want the one with Mike Tyson's thing. Anyways, like, as a boy, I used to jump on my dad's lap when he ran back before we left. I used to turn the engine on and put it into first gear for him. You know, that was my routine. I used to be so excited that I'm doing that. You know, if you went 100 k's an hour, I'm like, oh fuck, you know, you run 100 k's a lot. You know, back then it was anyway. So I always loved cars. But I'll tell you something I learned about cars, you know. I've done a lot of tours, and I've been on holidays to Ferrari and not Lamborghini, with Ferrari. I've been on a lot of holidays to Italy, this and that. They do tours that they bring people together and stuff. Dude, it's opened up so many friendships for me. Like, I've got friends that I met through the car circle. Like, I don't do the car meets in Melbourne and shit. I can't fuck that. But when they're in why you go over, and you find that a lot of the people have something in common. A lot of us are self-made. There's a few that are not, but most of us self-made. And I've made some amazing friends, man. Like in Monaco, I've met some friends through the Ferrari tour. In Italy, I've made some friends through the Ferrari tour. And I've met a lot of people that I really look up to, that are much older than me, that have created this amazing lifestyle in terms of well-balanced lifestyle. So look, you know, that's what it brings me. It's not just about the car. It's opened up a lot of doors for me in terms of friendships and opportunities. Because you've got something in common. So you all get together and you have a common theme.
Of course.
So I really, really enjoy that.
Yeah, that side of it. I know what you mean. I had Albos is your friend.
Oh, he's
he
awesome.
He was
man.
just transiting. He said to me, "You should have told me. Let me know earlier. I would have stayed and done a podcast with you." I said, "Next time, it's all good."
Dude, he's one of the most beautiful, genuine. You know, I met him on Instagram and we caught up at Shangri-La for breakfast. And I said, where are you from? He goes, bro, are you fucking serious? I go, what do you mean? He goes, I'm Persian. Like, you know, he said, you're Persian. I'm like, he goes, Albors? Like, it's the biggest mountain or some shit. What's wrong with you, man? I'm like, I had no idea he was Persian. But I'll tell you, he's one of the most beautiful human beings, dude. Really giving, really kind. Just a cool dude. Really nice guy,
I'm looking forward to meeting him. I've never met him.
You'll love him.
But I'm looking forward to meet him. He was supposed to come, but it was just
you will love him, bro.
You will absolutely love him. Like that.
You will love him.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, very nice
but I know what you mean. The cars do open. I go on trips here. You know, Dubai is a lot of... I went on a date not long ago, and the girl said, show me a photo of your parents' house. Because she thinks I come from a rich family. And I was like, show me a photo of your parents' house.
That's a good one.
She's like, oh, I don't have one. I was like...
what the fuck are you asking for money for?
I was like, listen, you're going about it the wrong way. You're going to be with someone for 30 years that you don't love for maybe he's going to die and I'm going to get an inheritance.
Bro, that's how it is, unfortunately.
But you know, I go on holidays with guys that aren't self-made. Their parents are, you know, and all that. And I'm kind of like, and they got way more money than me, daddy money, all that stuff, right? But you know, the character of a man that's self-made is so much stronger than somebody that's been given everything, because you've kind of earned it instead of being given it.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
All right, we're at your hotel.
Hey, dude, I've really, really enjoyed this, man. To be honest with you, I was like, fuck, what am I doing? I don't know this guy. He's gonna fucking kidnap me or some shit. I'm like, I'm in Dubai, it's safe, you know what I mean? But I really like. We have a lot of things, similarities, and I really enjoy this, man. You're a really nice guy. I can feel your energy, and it's just thank you for taking the time to meet me. Thank you for having me at your show, and thank you. And like, it's funny how we were talking how you saw me at the airport and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how things happen, but like, I really appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. I really had a lot of fun. I'd love to, build a friendship and, get to know each other more. And we travel when you come to Australia. Obviously, you have your own family, but love to catch up there as well, man.
Honestly, I feel the same way.
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
grateful
much.
we linked, and I'm so grateful I can call you like someone that I know and like my friend.
Thank
right?
you, man.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
Come back anytime.
Thank you so much.
But
I really appreciate
let
that.
me know about dinner tonight. We'll do dinner tonight.
Let's do it,
okay?
man. Let's do it.
Dinner
Thanks, bro.
tonight.
Thank you so
You're a
much.
gentleman.
No, thank you,
You're
man.
a gentleman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.